I gotta move my phone out of frame. Phone. It is time to... So the heat is actually kicking my ass.
It's so hot. It's
right.
like 90 degrees in this studio. And like,
I've worked in hot environments. Like my last job, I was in a building full of snakes. It was 90 plus degrees every day, all day. I was wearing like long pants and a long sleeve shirt to protect myself from bites and shit. It was very humid. It was awful, all day, every day. But like, this is my casa, and like I'm here, there's lights and stuff on. That light isn't even on today. It just is what it is. I've got this moist towel.
Is there no way to have that light on?
I couldn't find a thing to plug it in. It's fine.
Did our studio fall apart?
We don't even use the, like, 99% of the video. It's fine.
But we're training ourselves for later.
Slightly less good lighting. Well, the next science test or something that I do, I'm going to turn that thing on. But, like, right now, it's just sitting there looking like an asshole staring at me. That's the one that was flickering last time. It can sit there and think about its life. I don't want it on.
The light didn't do it. It was the Dollar Tree shitty dollar store.
The burst effect cube? Yeah, but, like, maybe it was a demon, maybe it was light. I don't know. Either way, that cube did not work today. So it might have very well been that cube. You guys watching at home, our logo is a couch on fire. Guess what, y'all? Now we're really not comfortable with it. That's a good intro.
Sure. So
we are now on a variety of different platforms, I guess is the word. Our podcast is available wherever fine podcasts can be enjoyed. We're on.
Wow, Forrest, tell me more.
We're on Google Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on Breaker. We're on Pocket Casts, and we're on Radio Public now. Those are all places where you can listen to us be dumb. And the vast majority of our audience is still on YouTube. But if you don't want to have to pay YouTube to, listen to things with your phone turned off,
basically just that. If you just want to listen to it in your pocket.
Yeah, now you have options, and it's whatever you want to do. I don't know.
Way more options than we had back in my day.
when we were buck youths and podcasts were things that didn't exist yet. But yeah, if you're on any of those other things and you like listening to us there, hi, my name's Forrest. And that's Ben, and welcome to I'm Not Comfortable With This. I don't know, I have no context whatsoever for these different platforms. I don't know which one's better, or if any of them are better than the others, or
no, it's not. It
what the
doesn't
pros
matter.
and cons
Don't
are.
even talk about that.
They don't even know. Nobody needs to know.
Don't even talk. Wherever you like to do it, you do it. It's fine.
It's like
we don't care.
Podcasts and so many other things. Wherever you like to do it, that's where you do it.
So many other things.
So many.
That's
so many.
2 flies.
Yeah, there's flies in here. I don't understand it. We have, so like you said...
I've got some flies at my place for sure.
Like pets?
No.
We have, so the air conditioner broke at my house.
Flies. I don't know why I did it in a fucking, Cockney accent.
The air conditioner broke here. It's been, in the upper 80s, low 90s here in Oklahoma all week. I can't afford to get the thing repaired right now. I had it repaired when it broke a couple of years ago, and the guy was like, listen, I can get this thing, running. I can rig it up so it runs, but it's gonna break in a couple of years, and you're not gonna be able to fix it again. And I was like, do it, because that's $500 cheaper than the alternative. And now here we are, years later, with it solidly broken. So now I've got a bunch of windows open. All the windows have screens.
So this could have been avoided?
Well, if I was rich then or now, yeah. If I had a couple grand at any time during my adult life,
like that, you have to buy a whole new.
I need a whole new unit. And like, if I was financially stable at any point during my adult life, this wouldn't be an issue.
Fuck, that's terrible.
What's confusing to me is I have screens on all the windows.
No.
And yet, since we've had the windows open to cool the house down, I found like flies and spiders and all. Literally today, I had a spider crawling across my bod.
You know,
just chilling on the couch.
You know why though? Probably, right?
Because the windows are open.
No, because yes, but also because they live in the ducts.
In the ducts.
They live in the ducts, and when it warms up, they come out.
Warm ducts.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. That's the problem with it.
It's the warm ducts. I don't know, man. You got spiders everywhere, and if it's the same temperature in here as it is out there, they're not gonna know what they're doing.
I guess that makes sense. I do love spiders. Like I don't squish them. Like if I see a cockroach running around the house, fuck that guy. But like spiders.
Fuck that guy specifically.
Yeah.
Hey. Fuck that cockroach.
Like spiders, I don't mind. They're generally chill dudes. They're not gonna hurt anybody. They're just hanging out. You know what I mean? They're here to have a good time.
Are they?
Mostly.
Just here to have a good time.
Yeah. What would you do if you're a spider? I found a spider on the wall the other day. I had a million babies on her back, just cruising, hanging out on the wall. And I was like, "Hi, my name's Forrest." Carried on about my day.
I don't know what I would do if I was a spider, Forrest, but it would probably be fucked up.
Yeah, spiders are pretty fucked up when you think about it. So this week,
the mere act of being a spider is kind of.
It's just a whole problem. If you're a spider, there's issues.
I'm just a spider. I naturally ensnare food and then pierce it with my fangs, and then I
digest it with enzymes.
Sometimes I save it for later.
Have you ever held a tarantula or anything like that?
I think I may have it once, and that was it.
So I used to work with them a bunch, and like they are so cool and so fun. Like most of the tarantulas you're gonna get are New World tarantulas, so from the Western Hemisphere, and all New World tarantulas have these crazy things called urticating hairs, which are hairs that have little barbs and hooks all over them. They're like fiberglass looking hairs, and they'll kick them up until they rub their legs on their butt and knock these hairs up into your face, and they burn like pepper spray. They're real itchy and terrible. And like generally speaking, New World tarantulas, they're not going to hurt you. They're not going to bite you. They're just going to kick hairs at you if they're really scared. They're only going to bite you if they're really freaked out. And so, like, you can mess with most of them. I don't condone it. Don't go pick up spiders. I am a professional idiot. But, like the ones we have here in Oklahoma and Texas, they're brown bodies with long, skinny black legs. They're called Oklahoma brown tarantulas. And they're just awesome dudes. Like, unless you get them in, like breeding season, they're so friendly and chill. You can mess with them and do stuff with them, put them on your head, love on them across the road.
When is breeding season?
I think it's in the fall.
Okay, good. So
I had one that I was, like, somebody brought me one once and was like, I got this Chilean rose hair for, like, money at the thing. I was like, that is literally something somebody found in their backyard. That is not from Chile. That is not a $100 expensive spider. Whatever. Took it in. It was the friendliest, chillest spider. We were loving on it and playing with it and hanging out with it. And then literally just from one day to the next, it was just a cantankerous asshole that, like, tried to bite me so bad. Like, he wanted to eat me. It was terrible.
Crazy.
They're good dudes, though. And then pink toes are the worst.
New Worlds, huh?
Yeah, man. Pink toe tarantulas, they come from the northern half of South America. They live in the jungle. They're arboreal tarantulas, so they live in trees, and they love to jump. And so you'll be holding one in your hand, and then all of a sudden, just like that, it's on your face. And that's a fun time, let me tell you. Just
spiders.
Spiders are awesome.
Yeah.
Not enough people appreciate spiders.
Not enough people appreciate the web that is the organization known as the Catholic Church.
So, that's a great way to lead into that. We were talking about this earlier, and this is a great thing to talk about, is that there was a decision made recently. I can actually pull up the article here. Let me grab this here. Oh, goodness. So a congregation of Catholic bishops, I guess, the Conference of Catholic Bishops is what it is, the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops. They voted to move forward with a process to basically say that pro-choice politicians are ineligible from participating in communion. So, like, Joe Biden right now is a Catholic.
Yeah.
And
right now.
Right at this point in history. Yeah. So we have a Catholic president,
fair, though.
and he's, pro-choice. He's fighting for abortion rights. And the Catholic Church, as like an organization,
I think he would fold on abortion.
I think he would too. I think he's going to do whatever he needs to do to get in office. I'm not a fan. I like him better than Trump. I like him better than most options.
I
but
think
like,
he would fold on it.
Super duper not a fan. But like they're trying to bar him from communion. They're saying that he, by participating in this Catholic ritual, he's making a mockery of Catholic teachings because he's going against this Catholic principle of being anti-abortion, which isn't in the Bible at all, but whatever. Actually, abortion is in the Bible. It is. There's one point, I believe it's in either Kings or Judges. There's this one part, I can't remember where it's at exactly. It's in the early parts of the Old Testament, where it's actually instructions on how to do an abortion. It's very clear, if you think that your wife has cheated on you and she is pregnant, then you bring her before a priest. The priest mixes dust from the floor of the tabernacle or whatever in some holy water, and she drinks it, and if she's been unfaithful, she'll have an abortion. It'll cause her to
the tabernacle?
Whatever, the temple. Yeah.
The temple? Isn't that the thing they got from the aliens?
What?
Yeah.
You alright, man?
No, I'm just kidding.
Off the rails today.
No. What? No. It's the tabernacle. You don't know about the Ark of the Covenant and all that shit and the ancient aliens and everything that they talk about on the History
You know
Channel?
what, though?
On the History Channel?
On the fucking of all places. That is one thing to keep in mind.
That's a Discovery show, really.
Is like, I've read the Bible, and it at no point in there says that there weren't aliens. So, like, that's, you know what I mean?
But,
it only leaves one option.
So, like, you're right. I am taking us off the rails, and I apologize.
You're fine.
Having a bit of fun. But, okay, so the problem with this, really, is that, like, it kind of boils down to, like, there's a big religious organization, and they have this huge influence over a politician.
Yeah.
Over many politicians.
Right. And that's basically my issue, is that, like, obviously the two sides of this are that these religious institutions shouldn't be engaged in politics whatsoever. They shouldn't be talking about politics. They shouldn't be telling people how to vote or what to think or anything like that. Like, that's fucked up. That's not entirely what's going on here. They shouldn't be influencing politicians directly. They shouldn't be, like, holding sway. That's also not entirely what's going on here. What it is that even though, obviously I don't believe any of this stuff is true, these politicians do. And they're telling these people, we are withholding salvation from you. We are withholding this holy right from you. We are withholding your religion from you until you do what we tell you to do. And while, if you ask me, I would say, fuck you, who cares? Because I don't believe in any of these things anyway, it makes no difference to me. People who do believe in this, that's going to change their behavior. And so if you have a law that you have this person who believes this is the only path to heaven, and you're like, okay, cool, you have to do what we tell you, that's fucking tyranny. That's fascism. That's religious bullying causing political change. That's coercion. It's terrorism. It's fucked up. It's all sorts of problems. And, like, that's a huge issue for me. Even though it's something that I don't think is real, I think it's incredibly disgusting to do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
How could I not? No, it's just kind of, it's scary.
What do you mean?
To me. Because, like, what if they said some really crazy shit?
Oh, yeah.
I know it's kind of dumb. Like, it is, like, I don't want to overblow it. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, no, the Catholic Church. Like, like, I don't want to be like that.
Right.
But it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because, like, it doesn't matter what religion it is.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you, like, whether it's a true belief or not, whether it has any validity in reality or not.
Like, what if the Catholic Church was like, all Catholics have to go on, like, the Great Crusade of fucking...
Oh, you mean like they actually did a little while ago?
What? How long are we do? You mean like the real Crusades?
Yeah.
Or did something happened recently?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the actual, like...
So I'm talking about what if they did it again? Now,
Yeah.
In it's like 2025.
Because that's how the Crusades happened. Like, if you look at all the holy wars throughout history, all the
Not to
religious
pick on
conflicts-
Catholicism too.
I'll pick on Catholicism. Fuck you guys.
I know, but I'm saying, like, I'm not singling them out.
Not Catholic.
It's just that we're talking about Catholics, so I brought up, a thing they did.
Right.
And
But that's the thing. If you
because they are technically like a nation state.
if you sort through like all the religious conflicts in history, every war, every battle, every act of terrorism, the Crusades are in a whole other category all to themselves. Like, it's insane, and the scale, the sheer scale of death and depravity and murder and rape and destruction and pillaging, all because the Catholic Church said, it doesn't matter what you do in your life, it doesn't matter how many sins you commit, it doesn't matter what kind of person you are, if you go to the Holy Land and slaughter as many infidels as possible, you automatically get absolution.
Yeah,
you're automatically guaranteed to take it to heaven, and you and your family. Everybody gets to go. If that's what you believe is true, of course you're going to do that. Because what are you going to do? You're going to repent and you're going to live a worthy life? Or are you going to go slaughter some fucking Muslim people and then you get a perfect eternity with you and your family? It's economical to go commit horrible, atrocious acts. That's what I always say, is that, like, these fascists and terrorists and people, they're the most moral people ever. Because they're willing to do hideous, heinous things for what they think is right. It just so happens that what they think is right is fucking evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, moral conviction, holy shit, they've got us all beat. And that's the scary thing, is if these people were taught about reality, we would all be saved. We'd be fine. We would have people like that working super hard to make sure everybody's taken care of. But instead, we have almost exclusively young men who are taught to go slaughter and to blow themselves up and to do immeasurable, heinous things because, Sky Daddy told them to. It's bizarre to me that that's the situation that we still have to be struggling through in the age of satellites and cell phones.
If you're born in it, it's really hard to fucking...
Yeah.
I mean, how many people do you know that are, like, fine, but they're also religious?
Who are, like, good people but also religious?
Yeah.
Lots of them. And that's why I always say...
Most of them.
That's why I always say, like, I have no ill will towards, like, religious people in general. Like, I speak out against religion because I care about people, even religious people. I care about you and I care about your well-being. And I care about this cult that's lying to you and causing you to have serious emotional and mental trauma.
Yeah, they turned it off.
That's you know what though?
They don't talk directly to them anymore. They already stopped listening.
Right. That's probably true.
Fuck.
That's the problem. Is that when you're taught,
because it's so damn hot in here.
It is fucking hot. I'm gonna get real spicy.
We're burning alive. It's like somebody put us in hell.
When somebody teaches you that this is the only good way to be, and that anybody who doesn't believe these things is evil, and that as Christians.
Well, I know, because I was raised, man.
Yeah, Christian mythology especially, they always say like, oh, the wars.
I was raised. No, but I was raised fucking Baptist.
Yeah, Christian mythology is rife with claims that the sinners, the pagans, the evil people, they're going to try to persecute you, and there's coming a time very soon when Christians are going to be put in jail and killed.
They're going to kill us all.
And when you're fucking raised on that shit, anybody who says anything against this is literally sent from Satan to hurt specifically you, and it's like, you can't expect them to Have you ever heard of
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. It's how are you going to stop something? Because it's taught from, it's like that fucking documentary, fucking Jesus Camp.
Yes. God, if you ever want to be terrified out of your mind, go watch Jesus Camp.
I mean,
God,
I memorized
shit.
so many verses and so many, books in the Bible when I went to church. It's fucking, and it's a lot.
Have you ever heard...
It's a lot to undo. It's still in my head.
Have you ever heard of, it's still in your head, I can't tell you how many times Amber will just break out into singing hymns because she had to sing them for the majority of her life, and then she's like, it just popped into my head, and it's fucking crazy. I'm singing it to see how fucking crazy it is. Fucking, I am protected by the blood, the precious, precious blood, and it's like, Jesus Christ. Literally, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's a fire one, man. That was the shit.
Oh, it's rad. Seriously, after this, I'll have her fucking
No,
sing.
I'm good.
Have you heard
I don't
of,
need a fucking traumatizing flashback.
Have you heard of the
Start speaking in tongues.
it's called the bite model of authoritarian control.
No, I haven't seen that.
It's by a guy named Stephen Hassan. I forgot.
I have no idea what it is. That's why I asked you to spell it.
So here's some information about it. I wanted to talk about this in regards to this. So while we've been sitting here, I looked it up really quick.
Quick rundown.
Yeah, it's just a quick break.
Here's some cliff notes.
A crash course in thought control.
Yeah.
Because mind control, like people talk about mind control as like
that's
this,
where you control a mind.
Right? People talk about it as if it's like this mystical, magical, secret government laboratory.
Right, MK Ultra.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In reality, it's a set of
thought control.
It's the way you treat a human being from early on, especially. It's the way you train them to think.
Are you talking about subliminal shit?
No. I'm talking about actual ways of
hyperliminal
of controlling someone's mind as an authoritarian.
You mean
Yeah.
Oh.
So for example, this was based on research and theory by a bunch of people who study brainwashing in Maoist China.
That's a good place.
And whatnot. So this is called Stephen Hassan's BITE model, B-I-T-E, all caps. First one is behavior control. Regulate individuals' physical reality, dictate where and how and with whom they can live and associate, how and when and where and with whom they can have sex.
Ah, yes, like a father.
Control clothing, controlling hairstyles, controlling diet, food and drink, controlling hunger, controlling fasting, manipulation or deprivation of sleep, financial exploitation, demanding tithing, restricting leisure, entertainment, vacation time, what you can do, where you can go, who you can hang out with.
Okay.
Major time spent with group indoctrination, rituals, permission required for major decisions in life, rewards and punishment to modify behavior, positive and negative, and then it goes on to
that's
extreme
also
things.
Every single one of those is also in the list of what defines a cult.
Yeah, well, that's exactly the point. That's exactly what I'm saying. These are it's just one stage.
Makes sense. Do the next one.
Yeah. So this goes on. Behavior control goes all the way down to beating, torture, rape, kidnapping, murder, blah, blah,
Which is all stuff that has happened in cults.
Information control. Deception, deliberately withholding information.
Yes, cults.
Distorting information to make it more acceptable.
Cult.
Systematically lying to the cult member, to the believer. Minimizing or discouraging access to non-approved sources of information.
Of course.
The internet, TV, radio, books, articles, newspapers, magazines,
Throw
media.
It all out.
Critical information, any former members, you're not allowed to talk to them. Compartmentalizing information with outsider versus insider doctrines. So, this is what we believe, this is what they believe. If you hear something that sounds like what they believe, don't listen to it. Unethical use of confession, information about sins used to disrupt boundaries, and then you get into the next section is thought control, requiring people to internalize doctrines, adopting how many people make you sign a statement of faith, adopting the group's map of reality or statement of faith as reality, instilling black and white thinking, deciding between good versus evil in your day-to-day life, change a person's name, change a person's identity, encouraging good and proper thoughts only, hypnotic techniques used to alter mental states, thought-stopping techniques like chanting, meditating, praying, speaking in tongues, singing, humming, give it to God, let go and let God, those types of things.
Yelling at ashtrays.
Yeah. You had that one up. Emotional. Ben had do you want to talk about that at all? Is that a thing you could share?
I'm not a Scientologist.
And then the last one is emotional control. Manipulate feelings, teach emotion-stopping techniques to block feelings of homesickness, anger, or doubt, promote feelings of guilt, unworthiness, identity guilt, family is deficient, your past is suspicious, affiliations are unwise, social guilt, historical guilt, make a person feel that problems are always their fault,
'Cause they are.
Instilling fear of enemies, of losing salvation, of disapproval, of thinking independently of the outside world. Phobia indoctrination, irrational fears of questioning authority, of questioning God, of questioning leaders, of punishment. Terrible consequences if you leave, hell, demonic possession, incurable disease, accident, suicide, insanity, reincarnation, whatever it may be.
The next letter.
That's it. So those are the four. BITE, behavior, information, thought, and emotional control.
Where's the part where they all drink the Flavor Aid?
That would be in behavioral control, would be the end of that.
Oh, yes.
So these are categories of control.
Yeah, it's all cult behavior.
That were in it. They were identified primarily by people who studied fascist governments, but then we also noticed that they linked up a lot to cults and really just religion in general. And when you talk about
cults are just micro-fascism.
Right.
That makes sense, actually.
When you talk about the Catholic Church telling people, okay, well, your president doesn't get to take communion, your president doesn't get to go to heaven, your president isn't saved because he disagrees on this thing, not only are you trying to control that political leader, but you're also controlling the minds of everybody who else also believes in this, because you are doing exactly what they said. Your behavior control, you don't get to associate with this person, they don't believe like us. Thought control, this is the thing that we have to believe. This is what the official church doctrine is, even though it's not in any of our actual documents, but who cares? It's got information control. You don't get to come in here and participate and hear what we're only giving you this information of what you're supposed to know. And then, of course, emotional control. These poor babies are dying and suffering and and you're going to lose your salvation if you don't, do it this way. This is insanity. It's fascism. It's tyranny. It's cultish. It's horrible. And it's right here in America. And now it happens to also involve our politicians, and that fucking sucks.
That blows, dude.
It really, really blows. It really, really blows. So that's just the thing.
That's unfortunate.
That it bothers the shit out of me.
So these bishops, just real quick, are these bishops here?
Yeah, it's the United States congregation of
however
bishops.
It works. I don't know.
I don't know the word.
How what about the guy over there in the country in the
any other place?
No. You know the guy.
The Pope?
The Pope?
You forgot the word for Pope.
No, I'm trying to think of the word, fucking where they live.
Vatican?
The Vatican, thank you. What about the Vatican?
Right. I guess...
They're cool with it, right? They're do it all the time.
I'm guessing that it's so hierarchical and bureaucratic that it's whatever happens at these lower things is acceptable unless it goes up to... I don't know. As far as I know, this is acceptable to the whole damn thing.
That's stupid.
It's just... That's what... Stupid. You can look this up. The article that I was reading from earlier to get the information is from NPR. It's titled something. It's titled something.
It has a title?
It does.
If you read the title.
The title in the NPR article is After Debate on Biden's Abortion Views, Bishops Vote to Rethink Communion Rules. It was published on June 18th of this year.
That's a pretty good title.
And it's saying right here at the top, after contentious debate, the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops have voted to move forward with the process that could call into question the eligibility of politicians like President Joe Biden to receive communion. They voted 168 to 55 in favor of drafting, quote, a formal statement on the meaning of the Eucharist in the life of the Church. And apparently this is just to say that, by eating Christ's delicious flesh, you are saying that you don't like abortion.
I love Christ's delicious flesh.
And abortion. Both are wonderful.
I've never tried an abortion.
I haven't either.
No, but I do. You should have. Well, no, that's not. I mean to say you should have access to them.
Absolutely. Everybody should go have one at least once. No. It's all the rage.
It sounds really bad when you say it like that. But, no, it's because if you don't, then people would. It really is true though. People would just do them in worse places. That's the biggest reason for me. Other than the fact that I think there's a multitude of reasons, really, to just I don't understand going against it at this point.
Going against abortion?
Other than if you're like it's your religion.
But that's the thing. There isn't a religion that I've heard of yet.
None of
that
them
has
actually
in
say it. No, but if you actually believe, other people have said this before too. Like if that's what they truly believe, I understand why they're fucking so insane about it. They're wrong.
Right.
They're wrong. It's 2021.
Yeah.
The worst year so far, but they're still wrong. It's not because of that.
It's just like something you said a minute ago that I think we should elaborate on is that like studies consistently show that limiting access to abortion care doesn't lower abortion rates. It just makes abortions happen in less safe environments. Like women
die more.
Exactly. Excuse me. Women can't go to a doctor, so they go to some back alley, and it's how it always is. And like, it's gonna happen. It's like sex. It's like teaching abstinence-only sex education. Kids, like teenagers, are gonna go fool around. We were all at that age. We all know what that felt like. They're gonna do it. Teach them what it is and how to do it safely. Like, comprehensive sex education is so much more effective in preventing teen pregnancy than just telling them, if you fuck, you're gonna die.
Tell
like,
kids to come in condoms.
It's insane. It's just so easy to teach, like, actual science. And the same thing with abortion. It's like, I don't know if we've talked about this at all on this podcast. I know I've talked about this a million times in other spaces, so if you're hearing me repeat myself, forgive me. I'm sorry. I genuinely can't keep up with all the times I have to say this shit. But, like, as a biologist, I can make a good argument for life beginning at conception, for life beginning at the heartbeat, for life beginning at the third trimester, for life beginning at the stage of what you could call like viability, for life beginning immediately after you're born, for life not really technically being viable until a few months after you're born, for life beginning before conception because it never really ended because these are still living cells in the first place. We can make arguments all over the place that are absolutely valid. But at the end of the day, like, even if you want to play it safe and say, like, okay, we're going to just assume that, at the moment that you have sex, this is now a fucking living, full developed human being.
That's brutal.
Like, right. Well, I would argue.
That's brutal.
I would argue that an acorn is not the same thing as a tree. You know what I mean? But whatever. So, like, but if you want to argue that, like, okay, life begins at conception, fine, fuck you, who cares? Let's do it. Sure, that's what it is. If we're gonna say that this baby now, this full-fledged human being, deserves all the same rights and privileges as any other human being, I grant that. I'm super cool with that. This fetus now has all the same rights as anybody else. You don't have the right to use somebody's body for your own sustenance against their will. If my mom has the same blood type as me, if my liver fails and I need a blood transfusion today, I can't go take my mom's blood. If I stick a needle in her arm and stick another one into mine and I'm taking blood from her, if she pulls the needle out from her arm, that will kill me. And she has every right to do it.
But
I can't take someone's body from them because I'm fucking her baby.
People don't see it that way because it is I'm a baby.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're saying that the baby has the same rights as everybody else,
they're saying
then they do.
Well, okay, fine. Maybe they're trying to say that, but what they're really arguing, what they really want, is for the baby to have special rights.
And that's the problem. That's exactly the problem. Is that
but it's a baby.
Just like every other
baby. They're like, it really comes full circle with all the shit they hate because they're like, the baby didn't choose any of this.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
I know.
And sometimes neither did the mother, and that's the problem. Like, that's the thing, is that, like, just like with every other debate when it comes down to a religious argument, it's about special rights. It's the same thing we were arguing about gay marriage in this country. Same-sex marriage wasn't allowed because, only because of a religious argument. Because the religious people, and in this case it was the straight religious people, wanted special rights. They had the right to get married that nobody else gets. Gay people don't get it, trans people don't get it, nobody else gets it. Just the straight religious people get this special privilege. And they pass it off as the norm and say, no, they were imposing their sexuality on us. They're rubbing their gayness in my face by coming out here and kissing and doing stuff. Do you have that attitude ever for For straight people, for religious people, for anybody else, do you ever have that attitude when you see a straight couple kissing, when you see a Christian wedding? Are you out here complaining that they're rubbing in our faces? No. It's just when you see somebody who doesn't have the same rights that you have yet, or who recently got them. And it's like they want the same, and that's too much.
I don't know, man. If you give all these people rights, then my rights won't be special anymore.
Exactly. How will you know that you have rights if everyone has rights? We talked about that once before. We had to just get one guy.
Thing with the poorer people.
Yeah, just get one guy named Jeff and just imprison him.
Oh yeah, fuck.
And everybody else can be free but him. So
that's mean though.
Well, yeah, but only to him, so it's cool.
No. We should be mean to at least a lot of people. Or none at all.
It's the same thing as the fucking these arguments where it's like, oh, you know, we can't give them the same rights because that's special rights. It's only normal rights if only I have the special rights. It's the same backwards fucking argument.
That really doesn't make any sense.
But that's what it is, though. And it's the same shit as fucking people talking about immigrants all the time. I was wanting to get here at some point in the next few podcasts because I was thinking about this earlier, and I'm so glad this actually does sync up. It's the same fucking shit as when people complain about immigration, and they're like, fucking, especially Mexicans. It's always Mexicans.
I know, they're always complaining about immigration, those Mexicans.
People are always complaining about fucking Mexican immigrants, and it's always the same two arguments. It's that they're stealing all of our jobs, or they're lazy and they're welfare queens.
Yeah, they're freeloading, so they're stealing all the jobs and they're getting all of the welfare.
Which one is it? Are they lazy or are they hardworking job stealers? Which one is it? And furthermore,
a lot of them, Forrest, are bad hombres.
Oh my God. Don't get me started on that dumb shit.
Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Despite the fact...
Let me let you continue.
Despite the fact that none of that dumb shit about, like, fucking them taking government programs that they don't have access to, and the fact that, like, they generally pay much more in the social programs than they take out, and they pay a higher tax, and blah, blah, blah. Despite all these things that make no goddamn sense, right? If fucking... You look at the top billionaires in the country that pay literally nothing in taxes. Zero. Trump paid like Trump paid like, what was it, like a couple you know, tens of thousands of dollars in taxes for like a decade, like nothing. Like seriously, Warren Buffett and Jeff Bezos and all them and Bill Gates, they pay less taxes than you listening to this. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You can fact check me on this. And then when you tell these like conservative people that, they're like, well, yeah, they're a super smart businessman. They know how to work the system. I do the same thing. That's why they're so rich. They know how to work the system and they're saving on taxes. Well, then why don't you like it when immigrants apparently are not paying their taxes? I thought that made them super smart business people. And they're hard working. That's why they have millions and billions of dollars. They work so hard. I thought, but these people are taking the jobs. They're working so hard. You're supposed to like that. I thought you liked it when people worked really hard. Why aren't you signing up if you're going to complain about people taking your jobs?
They're making it too hard to get the job.
If you're going to complain about people taking your jobs, you better be the first one signing up to go fucking pick asparagus and fruit and shit and like go build a house and do all these fucking shitty jobs that you're claiming these people are stealing from you. Like, and like, it blows my fucking mind.
Nobody's gonna do that, man.
Is that when you talk about
when
you talk about white billionaires, people are like, yeah, they did the job nobody else wanted to do.
Yeah, they took all the risks,
and then they never pay taxes, and that means they're super smart and they have billions of dollars. But when a fucking brown person comes and takes a shitty job and doesn't pay taxes the way you like, fuck them. Oh, they're destroying the country and all that. It's insane to me.
Most of them pay taxes. Like, a lot of people don't know how, like, it works.
For real. Like, they pay...
Like, a lot of them pay taxes.
They pay sales taxes. They pay property taxes. They still pay taxes.
First of all, yeah, they pay those taxes. And then they also a lot of them have tax ID numbers.
Yeah.
And they pay into Social Security and
which they can't take out of because they're not citizens. So they can't benefit from these social programs that they are paying into.
When I worked in a certain part of town, my customers were primarily Hispanic people, and I learned a lot. And one of the things I learned is that most of them do pay taxes.
Yeah, it blows.
And some of them don't, and it's fine.
Right.
Because they're just trying. They're here for some reason, and they're just trying to get by.
My dad.
They're just trying to
My dad was an immigrant
trying to live,
who never paid his taxes. Lived on his green card his whole life, never naturalized, never paid taxes.
He was pretty white, too.
He was the whitest man you've ever met, and so nobody gave a shit. Nobody ever called him out. Nobody ever said anything. People paid him under the table, didn't give a damn.
That's funny.
It's fucking gross, yo. It's fucking gross. It's just so blatantly obvious.
Room?
In this room it's also very sweaty. I've got this towel, and I'm just rubbing it on my fucking face and foot top.
I'm fucking dying over here.
It's killing me, yo. It's killing me. We'll get through it. We got how long are we talking? We're talking for 44 minutes. We're halfway done, and then we can go to the next room
where it's also hot.
But there's a fan in there.
So what were you saying, man? What were you talking about to make the podcast go by super quick?
It's so fuck, man. It's so hot. It was talking about how hot it is. We were talking about immigrants, and we were talking about how blatantly, stupidly racist people are. Fucking, I made a video on TikTok yesterday. It got taken down I made a video about the evolution of different skin colors because that's how I started my channel, and it was my 1-year TikTok anniversary a couple of days ago.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. So I repeated the information on that video, and some guy got in my comments and was like, oh, well, why do 11% of the population make up 70% of all the violent crimes if we're all the same? And I was like, first of all,
no.
You got your fucking numbers wrong.
First of all, no.
That's not even the percentages that usually get touted. So your fucking dumbass racist statistic, you got it wrong. And second of all, fucking black people don't make up the majority of violent crimes. They make up the vast majority of arrests for violent crimes. They are arrested for violent crimes more than anybody else. Because fucking dumbass racist people believe dumbass racist shit like what you just fucking said. Also, fun fact, black people are exonerated more than any other racial group. They are exonerated of the fucking crime.
That's about, Forrest.
It's because they get fucking arrested for no fucking reason over and over and over.
Shit!
Yeah. They, seriously, you can look up the Exoneration Project, fucking people on death row who have been fucking sitting waiting to die for 13, 15, 20 years, and then all of a sudden, turns out there was no evidence in the case. They were just black and nearby, and so they're fucking here now. It's disgusting. And then you have fucking idiots still throwing around numbers like that. Oh, they commit so many crimes. No, they get fucking arrested for no reason. All you've done is prove that the fucking police are racist. That's all you've proven, is that we need police reform.
Even if the police weren't racist, they make them over-police areas where, black people live.
Precisely.
So it wouldn't even, anyway, we don't, that's
black neighborhoods
we
are
need more than
over-policed.
fucking 40 minutes to talk about that.
Lord, we can touch it. Black neighborhoods are over-policed, so of course they show higher crime rates. White perpetrators don't get charged as harshly, so they show lower crime rates. The DOJ clearly shows that all racial groups commit the same crimes, all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
pretty much all equal.
And then you have, you send your police budget, and you're like, we're going to go police the fuck out of this black neighborhood. So you find a bunch of things. You find a bunch of low-level bullshit crimes. They get ridiculous mandatory minimum sentences that make no fucking sense. And then you see this spike in crime rate because your data's skewed, and you're like, oh, we should send more police there. You fucking idiot. It's the same fucking thing. And these cops fucking drive for miles and miles and miles away from their house to go police some other neighborhood down the road.
That's part of it too, but then you go further than that, right? And you've got the whole quota system.
You know who commits 100% of the crimes in this country? Criminals.
That's true.
So we should just go after criminals and not be so fucking worried about, oh, which demographic, which race, which word, blah, blah, blah. It makes no fucking sense if you think about it for more than one goddamn second. I was fucking living, so I used to live in the north side of Tulsa, which for anybody who's anywhere else in the world besides Oklahoma, North Tulsa is very, very predominantly African American. We had this area in Tulsa called Greenwood. It was called Black Wall Street. It was the wealthiest black neighborhood in the nation. And then in 1921, a racist white mob accused some poor kid of raping a white woman in an elevator somehow.
And then they used that.
And they used that to, like, literally just go, like, slaughter everybody in that side of town.
Fucking town down.
And our fucking government responded to that by literally shooting people out of planes. They literally had airplanes fly overhead with machine guns just shooting every black person they could see. That's how the fucking government handled it. Insanity. Absolutely insane. So this whole fucking neighborhood's burned to the ground, and now, to this day, over 100 years later, we have pushed, like, all of the black people by gentrification and continuous restructuring of their communities out to this far district outside of Tulsa, and it's what we call North Tulsa. It's the north side of Tulsa. It's right outside of downtown, and I lived there for a long time. I was the only white person that I saw ever on a day-to-day basis for a long time. I was the only white person on my block for a long time. It's an amazing fucking community up there. The amount of compassion that I saw between people up there is something that I'd never seen in the smaller, wider communities that I was in.
No, yeah, it actually feels like an old school neighborhood.
Yes! The people who cared for each other and took care. We had a tornado fucking rip through.
Not like it's a phenomenal, fucking amazing fucking place because it doesn't get the money it needs.
It's incredibly impoverished.
but like, the people there are like, it's like everywhere else. Like, there's shitty people here.
Yeah.
In like any good part of town you go to, there's plenty of people that are just as like fucking shitty. It's like, but like most of the people you talk to are fine.
Right.
They're fucking normal people.
Yeah, imagine that.
Live in a place.
The people are just people, huh? We had a fucking tornado come through and
it's
like
the weirdest
destroy.
shit, how you can go to anywhere and most people are just like people.
That's honestly, that's one lesson.
I have experienced that everywhere I've gone.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
look,
something
people.
that made me who I am because I grew up super poor and like we went to like every cultural religious festival. Poverty brings diversity. We were around various people of various cultures and ethnicities and religions and skin colors and everything. We were around a lot of people.
We're all poor.
And they were all just fucking people.
Yeah.
And they were cool. And I was like just excited to know more dudes, like just more random people. So like
even my racist grandpa admitted once that all people are just people.
Yeah. Anyway, the whole point of this whole story of saying that I lived in this area, the whole point of saying this is that like fucking I don't think that living there was a fucking great feat of bravery on my part. And yet, when I post videos like that on TikTok about how these fucking racist statistics are fucked up, by the way, my video got taken down for harassment and bullying because I was saying these were stupid. Like, when I posted that video, I had several comments on there daring me to go just take a walk through a black neighborhood and see what happens.
Yeah, and
I'm like,
have you?
Are you an idiot?
No, have you?
Like, well, yeah. When was the last time you went to just a black neighborhood and fucking didn't like
whatever the fuck that means?
Skitter around like a fucking squirrel, jumping from each side of the street, so you don't have to walk by somebody with a fucking. Oh my god, it kills me. It kills me. Like the amount of people who genuinely are like, well, fucking, if you're gonna stick up for black people, why don't you go meet one? They're not fucking monsters. Are you kidding me? When I was out here protesting for BLM, I had a fucking sign up that said Black Lives Matter, and I'm standing there with 3 other white people on the side of the road because I'm in a very white town. And people would pull up and go, "Where's all the black people? If you're out here saying this, where's the black people?" I'm like, they're not fucking
those are people that just live out here and they just go about out here. It's like, think about it. Like when you're used to being around other people, you don't think about it. Like I had to go do a bunch of shit in downtown Tulsa at like 2 in the morning one night. And I had to take my baby in her car seat and my son because I had to.
Yeah.
It was an emergency, and so I went and took care of it. And like, it's 2 in the morning, and I had to walk through downtown Tulsa at 2 in the morning with my kids.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think about it, and, like, there was a lot going on. Like, you know how it is. Like, people walking around, people running around, people saying weird shit, asking weird questions.
Homeless guy barking at you.
Yeah, and I just did but I just, like, didn't even fucking think about it. And my kids were, like, kind of freaked out. And I was like, it's fine, it's just nighttime.
Yeah.
Like,
people are weird now. It's cool.
Yeah, it's fine, it's all good. And then we went to the place we were supposed to go. But it's like, but some people are, like, really freaked out. Like, I already said this before on the podcast. I think I talked about some people who come to the mall and, like, they're from, like, places, like little places far out, surrounding areas, and they think like they think it's, like, scary to, like, spend a night here
in Tulsa.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Like, they think like Tulsa, they think every part of Tulsa is, like, super dangerous.
Yeah.
And technically every part of everywhere is super dangerous because there's humans all over the place. but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not. It's like any other city.
Right.
Or a small city. It's not even a big city.
It's so, like, Tulsa. I'm looking it up right now. Tulsa is one of the most dangerous places in Oklahoma. Oklahoma is the 14th dangerous. Oh, pardon me. Okay, Oklahoma is the 14th most dangerous city. Fuck me, it's a dangerous city. Oklahoma is the 14th most dangerous state in the U.S. Tulsa is the most dangerous city in Oklahoma. Is this report from last year, from January of last year?
Yeah, but dangerous. I mean, like, you know.
But, like, what bothers me about it is that, number one, people are fucking treating these human beings like they're a fucking sideshow. Like, you're gonna fucking, like, literally, as I'm looking this up, the next thing underneath that is a YouTube video saying, I drove through the most dangerous hoods in Tulsa. Fuck you. It's not a zoo. You know what I mean?
There's how many hoods are in Tulsa?
Who knows? I fucking lived in the most dangerous hood in Tulsa. There was a fucking, literally every single day, without fail, there was a fucking ice cream everywhere. It was a nightmare. There was like, sirens would wake us up all hours of the night. That never bothered me, but apparently that's a scary thing for people from all that I've heard. Like, people tell me that all the fucking time.
I don't know.
I had some crackheads banging on my door at 3 a.m.
Do you not hear them leaving from the station? Like, there's, like, several stations here.
Yeah, it's fucking, I don't know, man.
Sometimes people have to need an ambulance.
Right? Shit happens. But, like, I lived on a somewhat busy street. It was a residential neighborhood, but it was, like, this main, like through street that went from one area to the next.
Okay, so what about this? So, like, I came out to your house, like, plenty of times when you guys lived out there.
Yeah.
We came out one night to visit with you guys, and it was, like, a weekend night, and somebody, like, sped through your street, right? And fucked up and, like, crashed the truck and, like,
they
ran
flipped
out
and destroyed the sign. And,
all kinds of crazy shit happened. And then, like, a few years later, that same exact thing happened in front of my house.
Here in this part of town.
Yeah. It's like,
it's not fucking dangerous. But you know what did
almost
happen?
the same exact thing.
I'm glad you brought that up.
And they hit the pole and it got stuck in their grill and they drove off with the light pole.
Jesus Christ.
Scraping the street. That's why I went outside to look at it.
Right.
And I saw them back up and drive away with the shit hanging off their truck. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yep. Fucking, when that happened in North Tulsa.
That shit was insane.
It was a drunk lady. I ran over there to check on things, and the car was still on. The lady took off running, and the car was just full of empty bottles. She was very and, like, a bunch of people, because, like, when you have a poor community, there's a better
emergency, basically.
Yeah, in a poor community, I find it's a better community. People come out, everybody knows their neighbors, everybody comes out and talks.
And so, say, is everybody okay?
Yeah, so everybody comes out of their houses and gathers around. So, again, I'm the only white person here. There's, 20 other people standing around me. We're all making sure everything's okay. The police come because there's been an accident. And when the police come, everybody else leaves. Everybody else walked away because they don't want to bother with it. And the police officer comes and talks to me, and the first thing he says to me, because I'm a white person standing here, and this white police officer walks over and just goes, look at them all just fucking running away. Most of them probably have warrants anyway. They don't want to deal with me. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, I think there's a lot of animosity on both sides when you put it that way. Like, honestly.
And then we dragged Forrest back inside.
Oh, God, I was getting feisty. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You see people walking away from you because they don't fucking trust you, and you're like, oh, they're all fucking criminal piece of shit anyway. That's why they don't trust you, bruh. Because of that shit right there.
Right.
It's so gross. It's so fucking gross.
And they do that because of the Catholic Church.
It all comes back to the goddamn Catholics. Fuck you guys.
No, that's not fair.
Oh, God.
To the fucking Catholics. But, I mean, yeah, it's a wacky world.
Yeah.
I guess what we're really saying is like, all the sources of authority are incorrect.
Just everybody. Fuck everybody that says they know a thing. Except for us. You can trust us.
You can trust us because we made it past 10 episodes. So
right? We must be somebody.
Yeah.
we're fucking special. That's true. This is our 12th episode now. 12.
They're 12.
It's exciting.
Well, we're going to celebrate episode 100 with like a lot of
drugs.
Something.
It's got to be drugs.
Hopefully you'll have a fucking working AC.
Oh, fuck. It takes 100 fucking... It
feels like we're wrapping up.
If it takes 88 more weeks, it's just fucking hot.
It's so hot it feels time is going slowly.
It was almost down to 88 degrees when we started recording, and then we had to shut all the doors to get the sound foam up and turn on all the lights. And we still have a window open, so who knows what my neighbors are hearing. But like...
They're hearing us yell about fucking...
racist cops and...
Oh, God.
Shit. Catholics.
Do your neighbors not... Do they like you?
Some of them.
I think all of mine hate me.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I feel bad about it.
I'm in a very Republican part of town in a very Republican state, and I'm me. So, like, maybe not. Maybe they don't like me.
They don't know all that about you.
No, they do.
How do they know?
I scream a lot.
We come in this room and we scream, and no amount of sound foam is going to keep your opinions from reaching across the street.
I'm a very yelly guy. Oh, God.
There's a bunch of, like, American flags in my neighborhood.
Oh, God.
It's fine. Flags are fine. I thought about putting up a flag so that I, too, blend in. One of us. Part of the shit, part of the crew, my friend.
I wanted to put up, like, a progress flag or, like, an LGBT flag or a BLM flag or something like that, but, like, I had a bunch of BLM signs in my garage, and every time I opened the garage door, you could see those, and I was pretty certain somebody was going to come fucking shoot up my house. Especially, like, I have some peaches of neighbors that have some signs that they put up at certain times. It's a bad time. Also, freaking, there's a church not too far from here that fucking puts up a bunch of fucking abortion signage and shit.
Yeah, little baby
around the time of every election. Like, people out here don't give a damn. They'll fly their weird racist Trump flags and shit, like, with impunity. It's embarrassing.
You can do whatever you want. You can fly any flag you want to.
No.
You can.
No.
You can.
I would feel genuinely unsafe with some of the neighbors that I have.
You can do it.
I could.
You can do it.
I used to have a bumper sticker on my car that said science, and it looked like a ichthys fish.
Allie
but
put
it was
the
shaped like
pinions on the back. Oh.
It was like a little rocket ship that said science.
You know, like, I don't know.
No,
bumper stickers, you get bumper stickers.
People are going to follow me with that shit, you know what I mean?
They're not going to follow you, because unless you drive like an asshole. Do you?
No, I'm okay.
Do you drive like a douchebag?
A douchebag.
Douchebag.
It's fucking immensely sweaty in here. I can smell me.
I can smell not myself too.
It's a whole experience.
I don't know if we should talk about that on the podcast. Is it going to be like this for every podcast?
Just how we smell?
No, like, are we going to be, like, is it going to be hot forever?
No. Probably by next week I'll have this fixed.
If not, we're going to have to start doing the podcast in, like, a pool. And then that'll be bad, because we'll, you know...
I'll just buy a little kiddie pool and we'll just lay in it.
With, like, ice cubes.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
Oh, it'd be fucking sick.
What did we even fucking talk about?
Today?
Yeah.
We talked about Catholics, and we talked about Joe Biden, and we talked about immigrants, and we talked about racist cops, and we talked about dumb racist statistics, and yeah, that's about all of it. It's, you know what? We could wrap a little early if we wanted to.
No, that's for wussies.
An hour episode instead of a 90-minute episode? People would understand.
Fuck them.
For understanding?
Yeah, fuck you. We're gonna do more. I don't know. I mean, like, I just think there should be, and bear with me, I know this is like a crazy fucking idea. I just think there should be no religion in politics.
Get out of here.
Yeah. No, because think about it. If there's no religion in politics, then that means Forrest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Your religion.
Right.
Cannot do anything to me. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but flip it.
Flip it.
It's flipped. Right.
It's been flipped.
My religion.
Yours.
Cannot do anything to you.
So you're saying that my religion can do something to you, but not yours?
No. All the religions cancel each other out and mean nothing. Nobody gets it. Nobody.
Some religions
None.
should be in
no
charge?
religions.
Oh.
In government.
Oh.
At all.
So only some religions?
No.
No?
None.
None of them?
No.
That's a radical idea, Ben.
I'm going to take it one step further.
Oh,
I think
shit.
the entire government should be run by a giant crystalline structure that can accurately predict the future within like a 0.1% fucking accuracy. I don't know.
We've been saying that for years.
Yeah. On Mercury. Anyway. But like, why? Why is that so hard to understand? Why?
Because fucking
Why?
What sucks about it is
separation of church and state is not some newfangled fucking thing. It's there. It exists. It makes perfect sense.
I have met people.
It makes just as much sense as having guns.
I have met people that I have met people that like I talk about separation of church and state, and they tell me that's not actually what that means. It's saying it's not the separation of church and state like they're supposed to be separate entities. It's separating like the state's ability to destroy the church, but the church can still work on and be a part of the state. And like it's a different thing. And it's like they think that literally the whole point of that phrase is that religion should be allowed to be in charge, but only that. And it's like it's insane to me. The fact of the matter is,
no, it says they can't fucking do anything together.
Exactly that, and that should be the goddamn point.
They're separate.
That's why we have the Johnson Amendment, isn't it?
It's so fucking simple.
You just don't do it. No, it's rough because we have a lot of people out here who genuinely think that theocracy would be the best way, and that's what bothers me. Because you can't, even if you like that idea, even if you think for a second that theocracy would be cool and it would all work out just fine, and if we had more religious laws, everybody would get along well. Don't fucking forget what these religions did when they knew they could get away with that shit. Like we talked about the Crusades a minute ago. Fucking, we haven't covered fucking burning people at the stake.
You know what?
We haven't covered fucking imprisoning fucking homosexuals.
Because I used to say like, well, at least we've taken the teeth out of Western religion, right? Like that was some kind of like fucking thankful bullshit that I would say. Like, oh, I'm glad that the Western like Christian religion can't do what it used to do, but like they do it in other places.
Yeah.
Where like we don't see.
Yeah.
Especially the Christian faith. And then, like, fuck that it's a thing at all.
Well, because here, if you talk to a Christian in America, they're going to give you, it's going to be so...
But look at what they do here. To take it even further, look at what they get away with still here.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You get away with conversion therapy. You get away with fucking...
What we have here, if you were a new person, a newcomer to the faith, if you were, say you're a gay person in America and you talk to whatever this, like modern progressive Christian people, you're going to get every bit of love and kindness and forgiveness, and we don't have to support your lifestyle, but we love you. We love the sinner, which is
some are going to
all
do
these
that.
things. But then
some are going to do that.
But then that's on the whole, on the norm. Like you're right, there are some crazies. If you go fucking anywhere else in the fucking world, where you go to these poor fucking places, every single bit of fire and brimstone and torment and torture is not a drop of it is spared. Everything is fucking crazy. And there's a lot of places here in the U.S., especially down here in the South, where that's the same way. But I'm just saying, like, fucking don't forget how these fucking religions acted when they could get away with it. Don't forget the fucking people who were tortured, who were beaten, who were raped, who were murdered, who were burned, who were imprisoned, who were enslaved, because that was the law of the land and they knew they could do it. Now that we have a secular government, now that we have secular laws, now that we have checks in place for these things, now it's all about, we need to protect our rights and our liberties and it infringes on my sincerely held religious beliefs to have to make a cake for these people when they blah, blah, blah. That's where we're at now. and praise fucking Satan that we're that far. But like the fact that people are gonna like don't forget when it was fucking when the shoe was on the other ear. Don't forget how things went. We treat you fucking so much better than you ever treated us. It's like, oh my god, this bizarre desire.
But also they should be grateful.
Right.
I'm just saying.
You're welcome for vaccines and for airplanes and for fucking cars and for all the other shit that you tried to strip away with your fucking Dark Age bullshit of technology is evil.
Dark Age is best age.
Oh, it's painful.
Back then, you could really catch a virus and die.
Like an American.
Man.
Oh.
I just listened to like a podcast series on the plague.
The plague?
Yeah, the bubonic plague.
It was horrifying.
It's interesting.
Absolutely horrifying.
It is very interesting.
Mm-hmm. That was the first real use of biological weapons. Was I forgot who he was? Some conqueror. So it was an Asian dude. It was an Asian conqueror.
Oh, it was fucking.
It was like the great grandnephew of Genghis Khan.
Yeah, it was.
I forgot who his name was.
Rufus Khan.
Rufus Khan. The plague was killing his soldiers faster than his enemies could, and so he would load up the corpses of people who died of the plague and literally launch them over the walls of cities and infect the city with fucking plague.
That sounds like an awesome RTS game.
Yeah, and like fortunately at the time, the plague was
factions and some of them were the fucking plague fucking people. plague spawn.
The plague didn't spread airborne at the time. It was still only passed by. Right? Yeah, it did after a little while.
It was like a 3 or 4 year long ordeal.
It was a little more than that.
Was it?
A little more than that. I think so. I can't remember.
There were multiple instances.
Yeah, well, it spread and then it kind of came to a slight lull.
Which
and
is what's probably going to happen with this shit. Buckle up.
Yeah, well, we've already got the Delta variant that's coming back pretty strong, and it's very, very, very contagious. And like,
is that the one in India?
No.
The one in India wants to kill all humans.
I think it's either one in India or the one in Brazil. I can't remember. I think you might be right. It might be the Indian one.
Everybody's like, oh, it's over.
No.
And I'm like,
it's not
get
until
the vaccine.
People grow the fuck up and learn to wear a goddamn mask.
Also, get the vaccine and get yourself a little bit of immunity.
For real.
You still can.
For real. Get
because
the fucking vaccine.
If another strain
the Delta variant doesn't fucking work super well in vaccinated people. We're very protected from it.
Isn't it better to be like vaccinated against a type of a strain than not at all?
That's the whole. If you don't think that makes sense, just for a second. If you don't think that it makes sense to get vaccinated for SARS-CoV-2, and when the Delta strain is a slightly different thing, then you should never get a flu shot, because that's the point of the flu shot, is we fucking decide this is the most likely group of viruses to evolve this season. We vaccinate you for those, and even when other ones evolve, you're still super protected.
Your body is like, okay, I kind of know what the
It's just like an 80% protection instead of a 99% protection like the actual shot that you got it for. That's how this shit works too. The fact, I can't handle how many people don't know how fucking vaccines work. Have you seen the people who are like, fucking, I don't trust the government and these vaccines. What we need to be doing is just taking like either a dead or like a weakened form of the virus and injecting people with that so your body can build immunity to the safe form of the virus, and then when you get the real one, you'll be safe. That's called a fucking vaccine, you stupid cunt. Are you kidding me? That's how it works.
No. He wants to take it though. He wants to take it from the guy, and like, you get the virus from a corpse.
From a corpse?
You get a syringe, you poke it, you take out the bad blood.
That's how you get Zambles.
Zambles?
Zamblishes.
Zamblishes?
Zamblites.
I put Zamblish on my hot dog.
The Zimblams.
Zombies?
Yeah, zombies. It's zombies. I use
fucking
zombies.
Fool. You fool of a ghoul.
Have you ever watched
School for Fools.
It's so fucking hot.
It's fucking scrambling my doodle.
Have you ever watched World War Z?
Yeah.
With fucking
it's alright.
Yeah, it's the okayest of movies. It's real dumb. It's a terrible movie.
It is. Like, it's mostly like trying to go on like the emotional impact, and then also like how scary zombie run fast.
The fucking, the last time So it was playing. Oh, excuse me. It's hot. Just making me yawn some.
Johnson.
It was at the drive-in theater here in Tulsa. Was playing it a little while ago and went and saw it just because why the fuck not? And yeah, I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. Oh my god, yo. Looking at it through the eyes of an adult, looking at any zombie movie now, I have so many questions. Like, these fucking Zamblishes would fucking jump off of a fucking building and, like, shatter their faces and then still get up and run. I know you can't feel pain, but you structurally can't do that. You don't have the bone pulling on a muscle, or a muscle pulling on a bone. You can't fucking do it. You got a bunch of broken shit. It's not gonna work. Also, if you don't have a circulatory system, how are your cells?
No, it's a puppet thing. It's a parasite.
But how?
What's a puppety parasite? He injures your nervous system just like the flood and Halo shit.
But if you can cut off their whole bullshit and it's only destroying the brain that works, that means that the rest of their body's doing nothing. If you can destroy their heart and they keep moving, they don't have a circulatory system. So how are their cells attaining oxygen?
Eventually they stop, I'm sure.
And if their cells don't have oxygen,
movies.
how are they? I can't.
But they're movies.
If you watch any nonfiction or any fictional thing,
but the
point is you have to be able to suspend disbelief, right? You have to be able to assume that this makes sense long enough to make it happen.
Stop learning.
And I just
so you
can't
can believe
do that
dumb
anymore.
shit.
I just can't do it anymore, and it sucks.
You're right, man.
Like, if it's like magic, then I'm like, okay, it's magic.
I guess
the whole point is that it makes
nothing
sense.
is real.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
Fuck everything I ever cared about.
Especially you.
Fuck Dune. Which I've only cared about for several days.
Spice must flow, Ben!
Spice must flow. Fuck Star Wars. Doesn't make any sense.
I haven't seen a single Star Wars movie since, I haven't... The Force Awakens, I haven't seen that or anyone after.
Nobody gives a shit about
I don't give a shit. I just can't.
It's
and everyone's like, oh, the Mandalorian, I just don't give a fuck about it.
It's good. I've watched 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, and that's probably all I'll ever see, and it's fine. I think it's great for you guys that you got your thing. There's a new Halo game coming out. I'll probably like that for 2 months.
I'm not gonna.
You don't need to.
I'm
gonna play it with Justin.
Maybe it's. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. Maybe it's because I'm getting more cynical. Maybe it's fucking.
Oh, I hate everything.
Exactly. It's just I
still love what I love, but I hate it. I hate that I love it.
I can't
think
be
I'm
bothered
stupid.
to give a shit.
I think I'm stupid for even liking things.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
That's probably mental illness.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. There's like a demon that possessed me. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's hot as fuck in here, and I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it.
I can see how much you're sweating. I'm dying.
This podcast sucks. This episode sucks. This room sucks. I fucking hate it.
It is hot as hell in this hot ass, stanky ass room I'm in. Is that the Grim Reaper?
Jesus Christ! I just wanted to do a good show.
Oh man!
Fuck the church.
It's so fucking stupid. I don't want to be wearing clothes right now.
Oh.
You know, I want to go take a shower and just go lay in the fucking in the fan.
Oh man! You know what though? It all comes back to this.
Yeah.
It all comes full circle.
Full circle it. Circle it up. Circle it down. Circle it all around the town.
This is the second thing we talked about.
I don't fucking know. Biden?
I don't want anybody's religious views affecting what I can and can't do. I also think the immigrants are fine.
Yeah. I'm glad.
We're just running in circles on this one, but it really is stupid. I also think,
do you know?
I think society's not getting better, and that might just be because of the room. But, like, everybody I've talked to the past few days has been mean, and I'm sick of their shit. Like, people in public have been mean and rude.
I thought you said me. No. I thought you said everyone I've talked to is me, and I'm sick of their shit.
No, they're mean. People have been fucking rude for days.
Oh, fuck.
And it's hot in here. And then you fucking tell me, you send me a goddamn article and you tell me that, like, the Catholic Church is fucking with the president.
Oh.
Which, first of all, I don't even like Biden. Fuck him. I fucking don't like the guy. But I don't want the Catholic Church fucking with him.
He was on the wrong side of history for a lot of things.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Name one president who isn't.
Right.
Name one president who's not a piece of shit.
Everybody's some kind of son of a bitch or another. That's the whole thing. Everybody sucks somehow.
Especially God.
That's how we'll fucking end the podcast. We'll come back to that one.
I would like to talk more about religion and politics at some point, because I think there's some interesting things going on.
I think, yeah, if we actually want to dedicate an episode to it, we can fill a full 90 minutes of that.
Yeah.
Right this second, it just fucking sucks, really fucking sucks, that some people who didn't read a book but believed somebody else who claimed they read a book are able to fucking decide on who it is and isn't okay to discriminate against in this country. It should just be like, hey, if you're a human being, here are the rights you have. But instead, somebody who claims they read a book gets to say who doesn't get to fucking get married or fucking play in certain sports or fucking get medicine.
What the fuck?
Or exist on their own terms.
John McAfee, antivirus creator, found dead in prison cell.
Yeah, I heard about that.
What did he do?
Apparently went to prison and died.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that'll happen to you. It's fucking hot, y'all.
Oh, the IRS is sending more stimulus checks.
Oh, rad. You need those.
Uh-oh.
Fucking,
we're gonna be mad.
We've gotten, you know what, though? The stimulus checks that we've gotten for this entire fucking pandemic are still less than what some countries have given literally every month to every single citizen for the whole course of the pandemic. And I can't handle it. And now all these fucking essential workers, these are the essential workers, they're on the front line keeping our country running. These people that for the past year,
how can you
admitted,
call them? No, how can you fucking call them? They already know what they admitted to, Forrest. Fuck them. How can you call these people essential workers through the whole pandemic and then get mad about the idea of a wage increase?
That's exactly what
I know it's what you were going to say.
Precisely what
How can you fucking do it? And I don't get paid minimum wage, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I make more, and it's fine. I don't make as much as I need to, but I make decent money for what I'm doing, and it's fine. I don't give a shit. Fucking raise minimum wage. I don't give a shit if everybody starts making the same as me. Because I can tell you it's still not enough.
Right, that's the thing. It's still shitty. It's still shitty. And honestly, if everybody made fucking...
And they're like, oh, they'll lower the hours and shit. And I'm like, it's true. They probably will because they're pieces of shit.
And that will just further... that's what gets me. Is when they're like, oh, well, if we increase minimum wage and these businesses are just going to destroy... They're going to take away the hours. They're going to take away benefits.
They're going to go out of business.
So then you agree that they're fucking assholes that are manipulating us. If you understand... that's what they're going to do, then you also are on our side that the fucking bourgeoisie are ones fucking killing.
Too, though. The fucking thing is all these not big corporations, obviously.
Right.
But, smaller businesses, mid-sized corporations even, those places.
Yeah.
They're fucking, it's a pyramid scheme. That's what the fuck it is. The whole fucking thing, the whole goddamn capitalism in general is a pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, piece of shit.
How moist this part of the couch I've been sitting on.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh, look at the stain on my back sweat. That's disgusting.
I think we should do an episode where we definitely talk about the pyramid scheme.
Of capitalism?
Capitalism is a multi-level marketing fucking cluster.
So all we've accomplished is, we talked about 4 things, and
that we want to talk about
we've
later.
Decided on 3 other topics, and rather than just hammering into one, we've just decided what we're going to talk about next time.
Do you want to record another one? Do you want to try again?
God, no. I want to go take a shower. I'm so fucking hot. God damn.
It's not fair to try to record under these conditions. How do people do this?
The fucking unfair working conditions.
It's because we didn't have an outline.
I want to speak to my manager.
I want an outline.
There's not a fan in here.
I know, and I also ask for the outline, but people consistently say I like that there's nothing, there's no direction, and it's yeah, but sometimes that fucking is scary. Sometimes we just ramble about Catholics for fucking 90 minutes. I was raised on religion, and I've seen it all, a lot, and so it's easy for me to shove it off, because I've seen the good, and I've seen the worst of faith and religion. My grandma gave, hundreds of dollars a month to different TV evangelists.
That's a problem.
That could have paid for lots of things.
Yeah.
That could have been a savings account.
That could have been, yeah. That could have been a million things.
That could have been a fucking another house. It could have been, like, it's just insane to me. And, like, that's just one thing. Like, anytime I talk about religion, like, the older I get, the more I'm like, all religion is a cult. They're all cults.
It's thought control and
It's
behavior control and information.
It's all the BITE shit.
Yeah,
the bite method.
That's what I'm saying.
What's it called? The bite what?
The bite. Yeah, it's the bite model. Yeah.
The bite model.
That's what I'm saying. It's ways of manipulating people behaviorally, mentally, emotionally, and then they hurt other people.
Religions and terrorist groups.
That's why I always say, like,
fucking
religious people aren't bad people. They've been lied to and they've been abused, and now they're passing on those lies and abuse because they think that they're good things, and that's a problem. That's what I'm trying to get rid of them. Trying to save the world.
That's what I'm trying to get rid of them.
Yeah.
How
I want to free people from religion,
And then we're going to go to Mercury.
And then we're going to go to Mercury.
Where it's probably 10 times fucking hotter than it is right now.
Oh, yeah, we'll be prepared for it.
After this? Yeah, this is our training.
We'll have a fan. If there's no airflow, there's no fucking... I can taste both of our fucking chest sweat in the air. It's fucking 90 goddamn degrees. We're both fully clothed. We're both wearing long pants.
Look, I don't know which route I want to take. I just know that I want this to end, and I'm tired of this fucking heat.
Fucking hot.
Okay? I'm wearing long pants, and the problem with it, really, when you think about it, is that there's absolutely no fucking airflow in here.
I've got a window open, and there's no breeze.
No, okay, so I felt the breeze twice.
You're by it. I'm on the other side of the couch.
It's bullshit, and I can't believe you expect me to work like this.
It's so fucking hot. We don't get paid. We don't make any money off of this. Hey, we're probably, by the time we release this, we'll have t-shirts up. So go to my merch store. The link's in the bio, or the description.
How much are the t-shirts? What?
The link's in the description.
How much are the t-shirts?
Probably $25.
I gotta buy one.
There's one that's just the logo of the show, what you see on the screen when the thing starts. And then there's one that's just the couch on fire, and it has the words "Stay uncomfortable."
Yeah, which is what the fuck we're doing right now.
Good God. More than any other episode.
Somebody put in the comments once that the couch looked comfortable, and it used to be, but now it's a nightmare.
You don't know shit.
Now it's a fucking hellscape.
This couch has been in my family for generations. No, we got this couch used, and it's got...
It's a fine couch.
On your side, it's a normal couch. Sit on my side sometime. It's got things on it because all the springs are broken.
I'm
put
never gonna
hard
sit on
shit
that
in
side
here
of
to
the fucking
keep
couch.
it propped up. Oh my God, it's a hard time. It's a hard time to be us. We have so.
Well,
many...
hopefully next episode will be more, I guess, physically comfortable. That way we can be more mentally.
There's real problems going on in the world. We're fucking sitting here sweating.
Hot, yeah. We're just kind of warm. There's a breeze.
We're kind of warm. No. On the other side of the room, I don't feel anything.
I got a little bit.
I'm just sitting here in the stagnant stank.
I hate it here. This is the worst episode ever because of this.
I bet our conversations suck too. I'm gonna watch this later. I'm gonna listen to the whole thing, and I'm like, God, this is the worst conversation. This is the worst episode. If you've listened the whole time, I'm sorry more than ever. It's already a terrible podcast. It's like, ugh.
We'll know. We'll listen to it, and if it's that bad, we'll just have to fucking scramble and record it.
We'll do one live. We'll do one live streaming.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Do it live.
Fucking thing sucks.
Oh,
that makes sense. It's a different time.
We didn't even bring the water.
No, I didn't. No, I can't find my water
bottle.
Bring
water bottles.
I cannot find my water bottle.
Us?
It's miserable in here. It's god awful in here.
Let's fucking
what the hell was that?
Let's wrap it up.
What the fuck was that?
I'm gonna go fucking cool off. I'm gonna shove my head in the freezer.
You're gonna do shit.
Have an awesome rest of your day. I hope you are cool and comfortable, and wherever you're at. My name's Forrest. That's Ben. We are.
It's too fucking hot.
We're very
to do an outro.
We're very not comfortable with it.
Dude, just cut it. Cut the thing. Wrap it up, man. Let's go get, do you have a fucking ice cube?
Just one.
A singular ice cube?
I just add under your scrotum.
I think, I do think we should listen to this, and if it's awful and nobody would like it, we should can it and make another one. Because like I know our conversation was probably okay, but I don't know if it was good because I've been feeling like shit this whole time.
Oh my god, me too. I've wanted to vom for like the past 30 minutes. Been trying to hold back the horks.
And if I remember correctly, that's exactly how I felt when Forrest said we were going to be talking about the Catholic Church.
Yeah, I feel as uncomfortable now.
Anyway, so okay. So let's do another outro.
Okay.
Let's try again.
Yeah,
Now we feel better.
Recap.
Redo. I love you guys.
Have an awesome rest of your day.
You're all fantastic.
Sunshine,
Yeah.
beautiful creatures. I hope you're having a great fucking day. It's so fucking beautiful.
Drink water.
Drink more water.
Drink plenty
Have
of
a
water.
great cool up. Fan yourself for us.
It's 90 degrees in this bitch.
Fan yourself for us. It's probably more than that because there's no fucking air and we keep breathing on each other. It's so fucking hot. Fuck.
We gotta get out of here. We gotta open the door.
Good day. Bye.
Bye. I'm Ben.
I'm Forrest.
Bye.
That's the end. It's over.
Goodbye.
Fuck. So hot.